Shit.
So let's talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, or as many people call it, the Cowboy Simulator. Yeah, Rockstar finally released the long-anticipated Red Dead Redemption 2, and I thought I'd talk about that a bit today on this channel here personally, episode 4, and lots of people have been saying in the comments, what do you make of it on Twitter and all that kind of stuff, so I thought I'd discuss a game that has definitely caused a lot of attention recently. Now, as a little bit of background info, I'm a huge fan of Red Dead Redemption 1, the original one. Well, obviously it's Red Dead Revolver as well, long before that, but the Red Dead Redemption that we all became to know and love from Rockstar, that years ago was a game that I absolutely fell in love with. I thought that was beautifully realised, an antithesis of everything that Grand Theft Auto was, calmer, more measured, a beautiful world that you could escape in. And it's something that I want to talk about today, and I also want to talk about this game, because as I said, lots of people have been asking, so let me know after this video if you want to see me talk about more games. Red Dead Redemption 2, this isn't going to be a review, it's going to be my opinions on it so far, and what I played, and what I've experienced, and how I think you may find it yourself. And if you should even get it, I don't know, that's your call, but I thought I'd offer some opinions personally. Now, I'm going to start with saying that this isn't a perfect game. It isn't. There are some minor flaws, definitely. I'm nowhere near the end of the story yet. I personally haven't gone that far through. I've spent a lot of time doing a hell of a lot of nothing, really, just roaming about the world. But there are some flaws. The controls, as many people have said, are clunky. They're slow. At times, they're unresponsive. There are some notable glitches in the game as well. For one of my horses had disappeared randomly last night, as did my outfits that I was wearing. Really strange thing. But in general, that doesn't take away from what is, in my opinion, a genuinely outstanding game so far. I've spent countless hours just basically absorbing the world. Now, it depends what kind of game you're into here. Personally, I love those games that are about a sense of exploration. My favourite game series of all time is Legend of Zelda, so that should tell you something about what I like. And I loved Breath of the Wild. I loved the slow pace. I loved the dynamics. I loved not being attacked at every 4 seconds as you get in games like Far Cry. Even though I like Far Cry, it's just intense. I like Breath of the Wild. I like Zelda games. I liked games years ago like Banjo-Kazooie where there was a collectible sense and there was worlds to discover. I like open world games that have a fully realised world. And Red Dead Redemption 2, more than any other game that I've played before, really takes this and it really hammers it home. This is a fully realised world that people live in the game. People go about their routines. They remember you. They see your face and they react to it in a way that's all too human. It's just creepy how many options there are. I feel like if I just sit around in the hub, the camp essentially becomes your hub, your home, which I always feel a really weird urge to actually return to. It's like it does actually feel like home. I feel like if I sit there, people actually come up and talk to me. The NPCs will make conversations and new opportunities will just happen out of the blue because you stopped and had time just to speak to people and just greet them or talk to them. That's what I love about this game. I don't feel like any moment is wasted. I feel like if I just prod there and poke this and do that, something may actually happen. A story may happen, or a quest may happen, or some different bit of dialogue that I've never heard. The dialogue so far is different every single time. You see your fellow camp members just partying and saying different things and arguing and talking about chores and this and that, and the text and the personalities in that camp, it's just outstandingly complex and I love it. Now, as I said, it's a slow paced game. This is nothing like Grand Theft Auto with the pace and the explosiveness. It's calm, it's measured. It's little things like I find myself walking around the camp in the morning actually drinking the coffee that you can pour yourself from the coffee flask near where you can get stew for breakfast and lunch and all that kind of stuff. I find myself actually drinking that every day as part of a routine when I'm playing the game. It's really weird. I find myself taking pride in cleaning the horses and making sure they're fed. I find myself taking pride in the appearance of Arthur as well and doing his hair and sorting his beard. It's like Sims if it was an open world game. It's strangely addictive, even just to clean your gun. I can't explain why it is, but it just is. Even traversal, just looking after your horse, you do grow this bond with your horse and going across this vast, open, beautiful world, and I can't emphasise enough how beautiful it actually is. I like it. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying they don't like the slow pace of it. It feels repetitive, and that very much depends what you want from a game. I can understand that, but this is coming from someone who doesn't like the repetitive nature of playing Call of Duty online. I'd find that too fast, in my opinion, too repetitive. I like something that I can really, really delve into and experience. And Red Dead, for me, is the perfect game to sit there for 2 or 3 hours and just let it kind of flow over you and absorb. And that's what I like about games personally, when they take you to somewhere else. And this does this perfectly. It makes you actually want to be a cowboy. I know it's cliche, but it does actually have that effect on you. You want to go to Arizona or somewhere with a wide open open plains and just walk through them and look at it all and just take it in. And that's what the best games, in my opinion, that's the effect they actually have on you as a person. Now, as I said, I haven't come across most of the story yet. I've been taking it pretty slowly. I'm around the end of chapter 2. I presume there's another 2 or 3 chapters after that, so I'm barely even 30% away through the game, but I just love the mechanics of it. I love the world, the graphics themselves. It's just stunningly beautiful in terms of the dynamics, the way the foliage moves around you, the footprints left, the way you can see the horse's hooves shoveling through the snow, all that kind of stuff, the little intricate details in terms of the animations and the moments that happen every single second. Well, it's just incredibly detailed. It's on another level. It reminds me of what you get in Uncharted, that level of detail, but this is an open world. This isn't a game with a linear path. I can't believe how much detail there is in this game, and like, they captured that sense of just wonderment throughout a map that big. It's just breathtaking, and I haven't even seen more than half of it yet. I've been stuck in this one small area, savouring it. I love it. I absolutely love the pace of it. Is it a perfect game? No, it isn't a perfect game, but it depends what you want from it. I can live with these small little flaws like the controls. Maybe the pacing isn't always perfect. Maybe the missions aren't overly groundbreaking, but the actual feel and the sense you get from it, it's unlike anything I've played before. Breath of the Wild, it reminds you of that a little bit in terms of you can just go anywhere and you'll meet someone, you'll see something interesting, and how lived in it feels. It's definitely a step forward, in my personal opinion, in terms of immersion into a gaming world. I love it. I'm absolutely, personally, I'm sold on it. But once again, I said, it depends on your taste. This gameplay footage, by the way, at the start, it isn't actually mine. It's just something I just found on YouTube. I haven't got the capture device working. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think of my thoughts on this game. If you want to see me talk about more games in the future, I'm happy we'll do it. If you're new to this channel, click subscribe and go and be a cowboy and ride off with the Van der Linde gang. In a bit.